This week on Tech Talk Tonight, we got squirrels, red dragons, bitcoins, and hyperlapses, and much, much more. All that and more coming up next.
Tech Talk Tonight, episode 82 for Wednesday, April 10th, 2013. Red Squirrels.
This is Tech Talk Tonight, episode number 80. This is 82. I'm going to fix that lower third in just a second. I'm here. I've just beaten my personal best, longest living, many days alive. And I'm here with Mr. Gavin Rehkemper.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Doppler 1 Storm Center. We are tracking the storm approaching the St. Louis area with all the latest technology, including the internet and the ham radio.
I hear they have the internet on computers these days.
That's a classic.
It is. There we go. Everything's better now, and we can get on into tech stories, shall we, Gavin? Is there tech? Did tech actually go on this week? Because we've had kind of a dry run of stories.
No tech happened this week.
Oh, crap. Well, good night, everybody. It's been fun talking to you. All that for nothing. Anyway.
No, have you heard of? Do you have an iPhone?
Yes, I
have you downloaded the Lulu app?
No, what's Lulu?
Lulu app dropped this what?
What?
Oh, are you actually downloading?
I was going to download it, yeah, and by holding it in front of your face.
I think it's a Lulu app, actually. It might be on
Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might not be on iPhone.
I'm going.
But anyway, it's an app that is, quote, a Yelp for boys.
Why is it Yelp for boys? Isn't Yelp for everybody?
It's a girls-only app that enables women, mostly targeted at college campuses, to rate guys with hashtags.
This just sounds bad.
So obviously there's a lot of controversy out there about this app.
Why am I downloading this, first off?
Well, technically, if your Facebook... You need to connect it with Facebook, and if your Facebook account says that you're a male, it won't even let you log in.
Well, good thing that I have multiple Facebook accounts.
Does one of your Facebook accounts say female?
I don't know, but I can make it that way.
So, obviously, this doesn't really matter to married gents like you and I, Braden, but how does this make you feel? Like, it's basically gossip.
I have one word.
Times
by
a
one
million.
word, I mean a couple. That's what I mean.
So... People could go on here and tag you with different tags and make comments about you without you having access to the app.
What type of tags would you give me, Gavin?
I'd have to ask your wife, but there are some very interesting things. Some of the tags are like, you're not supposed to put like overtly sexual things, but they're
right.
But some things are like pound big feet.
That's the number one. They're the first one on here, oddly enough.
Yep, and also like chances of being homeless in 5 years or something.
Okay. I have to sign in with Facebook to make this work. Should I sign as an
pound cheaper than a Big Mac? Pound hot car? Pound always pays? These are all tags that you could be tagged with, Braden. Once you hit the dating scene.
See, we need my younger cousins on for this, is what I think.
It makes me really angry. Like,
well, is there the reverse for girls? I'm sure that app exists.
I don't know.
There should be. Well, no. I say neither of these should exist.
But why?
Why does this need to be on? This is almost as bad as, like, Rate My Teacher.
Is that bad, though?
Have you ever been on there?
Yes. It's provided me with lots of good information.
The teachers that you never want to use just because somebody said something bad about them. So you piss off one student.
No. Rate My Teachers only works at scale. It's like Amazon reviews. If a teacher only has 3 reviews, yeah, you can't take that. You have to take that with a grain of salt. But if a teacher has like 100 reviews and 90 of them are negative, like that tells you something.
Okay, but it's still just all gossip. It's like the rest of the internet, basically. It's the internet hate machine in a new outlet.
The question is the technology bad, or are the humans using the technology bad?
Okay, that fair enough statement. I mean, that almost brings up the whole, if a Google car crashes, is it the programmer's fault or the guy that was supposed to be behind the wheel or the guy who owns the car?
Someone in the chat room is saying, yeah, I agree. And someone in the chat room is saying, as a college student, I'll say that this rating thing is bad. Okay.
I agree.
The thing is that if these app people don't do it, someone else will, don't you think?
True, and at least it looks like a good. The app itself looks like it's well put together. I'll say that for them. That's all I'm going to say for them.
And the other thing is that they say it's girls only, but you can easily create a fake Facebook account that says that's a girl, and then so the other aspect of this is that the ratings supposedly aren't tied back to the person who's making the rating, so it's totally anonymous.
Yeah. And you
you just make a Facebook account and say, tag yourself with like pound amazing,
big feet.
Yeah, or pound rich.
But
I don't know.
Like it took me a while, but essentially you understand what they're saying. Pound big feet. They say if he has big feet.
I know.
Okay.
I'm the one who brought that up.
All right, I'm just slowing up.
I invented that.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Move on. Making bacon pancakes, everyone. Making bacon
What else has happened?
pancakes.
You posted a lot of interesting stories.
Heck yeah, I did.
Google
one you
Street
wanna
View.
start?
I am angry at this. Google Street View hyperlapse
Wait, you're
animates
angry at
your
it?
planned journey, shows you the places you'll go.
Why are you angry at this?
Because I just had this same idea.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I thought that it would be interesting to track where, like, when you order something on Amazon, you can put in the tracking number and it says it gives you a video of where your package is going or where it's at. So this is a similar.
Oddly enough, I have a story just like that too.
This is a similar thing. Yeah, actually, I may have confused your stories.
Okay,
but this is a similar one that you put into a destination and a start, and then it'll animate.
It just takes
Google
all the
Street View.
Yeah, it takes all the Google Street View images and essentially flashes them in front of you just like a video would be, and it makes this. I don't like in the video that they use to demonstrate it. They're like they're using all the angles that the Google Street View camera uses. The car drives around. It's got this big dome on top, and the dome has cameras pointing in every single direction. Well, the video that they're using, it makes it do like barrel rolls and stuff while they're on the video.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet, but
is at the very beginning. Here we go. Like this one right here, right now, is doing a barrel roll down this tunnel, and it looks really cool. Which that was actually going backwards in traffic. We're moving backwards in traffic. The cars are going the opposite direction.
Well, the point is, A, it's very informational, right? If you're driving somewhere you don't know, it can really help you. And B, it's just cool, even if there are weird things about it, like you're driving
Those
backwards.
clouds look amazing. That was awesome. This is really cool. I like this a
So
lot.
is it live now, or are they just showing videos?
I think they're just showing videos.
Yeah. Because
but
the
it's
Google Maps / the Google Street View API is very limited in the ways that you can do things. So I think this might not be something that will be mainstream unless Google actually does it themselves. Do a barrel roll.
I have.
Anyway, yeah, so your similar article about that was that someone recorded a video of where their package went.
This is my cool thing for this week, and it's
it's
an interesting video. And he did it correctly, or he at least did this video well in the fact that he set up his camera to detect motion. He made the camera as discreet as possible. He used black magic marker.
Oh, I thought this was all fake.
No, this is real. This went through the mail and everything.
But
so
how did he get a pinhole camera?
Pinhole camera through the package.
Well, then it's interesting.
It was only recording when motion was detected, so he didn't get a bunch of just dark video while it was, the back corner of something.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's an interesting video.
Was this through USPS, UPS, or FedEx, or Airborne Express?
The USPS that will still be delivering mail on Saturday, as of Congress ruling today, I believe.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were canceling that.
They were going to cancel it, but then Congress told them, no, we own you somehow, and you have to do what we say despite being completely separate.
But didn't Congress also say that they have to have so much retirement money or whatever?
Yeah, they have to pay future pensions
Yeah.
as opposed to just current
So
pensions.
Congress is saying that you have to do this impossible thing, money-wise, but also keep your same level of service.
Right. Exactly.
That's our U.S. government for you.
Yay.
So now how'd they get these outside pictures is my question, because usually your mail is in like a free. Oh, this is
They
him.
had to carry it there. This is them just getting to the post office now. Now we're going
because usually your package will be in a truck.
I think it was carried like that was him dropping it off at the post office. That was my assumption.
So
anyway.
the question is, how does this violate any rules? Like
I kind of thought about that too. Like he gets really close to getting the person who accepts the package's face, but just clips her out of frame. So he could have edited that maybe, but
okay. So now it's in storage. They're in some, they're moving it around in bins.
Yep.
Big deal. Okay.
And you can tell it cut somewhere here. Like right there was a cut, but that could be from the camera not sensing any motion. So
now we're on a truck probably.
And this is all recording to a computer that was also in the package, all done through battery, SSD, so we're not worrying about a skipping
Where was
hard
it
drive.
shipped from and to? What cities?
I didn't read that part of the article. Why is that important?
Because if it's like New York to New Jersey, it would be less interesting than it was like New York
to California. It's not a very long video, so I think I don't even see it like going through multiple shipping. Oh, that's pretty cool. I see.
So why did he the next question is, why did he have to like conceal it?
Because if they see a camera sticking out of the side,
Is that illegal?
I don't think it's something that they're going to accept.
Wait, can they just refuse the package?
Yeah.
No, they can't.
If it's not properly packaged, yeah, they can.
Okay, so properly package it. This is clear.
Properly packaged means
cardboard.
there isn't a camera sticking out of the side of the package.
No, not sticking out. I'm thinking like a plexiglass box.
That's
and then
not.
cameras all everywhere.
It has to still be covered. There has to be some type of packing material around that plastic box.
Okay, clear cardboard.
I don't know. If you can find clear cardboard, I guess. That looked like his studio.
Okay, that's a cool thing of the week. My cool thing of the week is...
Yes. I'm all ears.
Wait while I pull it up.
I'm waiting.
Continue waiting while I pull it up.
Are you going to plug in so I can actually see your computer?
No. Just go to panic.com/statusboard, all lowercase.
panic.com/statusboard. And what is this, Gavin?
So this is a really cool... I mean, I'm very interested in the concept of like dashboards and personal dashboards and being able to track the data about yourself, your life, your environment around you.
Okay.
And I've had this project on the back burner for a really long time of having like, a computer screen on my wall in my house, and it shows like my daily weather, my daily schedule, stuff like this. And these Panic guys
beat you to the punch.
Well, there's a lot of things out there, but this is one of the coolest ones. It only runs on iPad is the unfortunate thing. But it's very extensible in that you buy this status board app, and then you can basically put your custom widgets on your board. It has things like weather, calendar, Twitter.
See, these seems like all like widgets that are already on Android devices. Like I feel you could already set this up on an Android device without having this app.
Yeah, but the idea is that this would be specifically on an iPad, and you would like leave it on. Well, I guess you could pull it up when you wanted to.
Like you take your old iPad and just glue it to the wall and leave this up on it at all times?
Yeah, and it supports AirPlay, right? So you can AirPlay it to a TV, or you can connect it to the HDMI out of your iPad.
Right.
Or you could like say you're the one useful case of this could be if you're like the manager of some thing that you need a status board for, right? Like for your work, like maybe a call center, or you're managing a software team and you're looking at their bugs. You could just set this on your desk and keep an eye on it while you're doing your computer stuff.
At that point, you almost get into the whole digital signage realm.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I want to get into it more, but I thought the status board was cool because it kind of brings it to the people in a simple app form. Anyway,
cool.
What is the speaking of our canned gigs, what is our subreddit of the week this week, Braden?
Our subreddit of the week just so happens to be if this ever plays. Squirrels.
What?
Squirrels.
Those damn creatures.
So, squirrels, Gavin. What do you know about squirrels? Do you like squirrels?
Reddit.com/r/squirrels is the subreddit. Apparently, it's a Reddit purely about squirrels.
It's just pictures of squirrels, man.
Now, what kind of squirrels specifically?
All kinds.
Are they only pictures or are there videos as well?
It's just pictures. At least all the top ones are just pictures. Like this fat one. He's
So,
pretty fat.
oh gosh, I hate these things. So, it's very ironic that you found this as the subreddit of the week this week because Katie and I are currently in a war against the squirrels in our backyard.
Really? Have they formed an alliance with each other?
We have 2 garden beds as well as some potted plants, and every evening and every morning we come back and there's like holes dug in the dirt. We think it's the squirrels.
Well, obviously it's the squirrels, and obviously they
No,
don't know
it's
where
not
they hid
obviously
their
the
nut.
squirrels because we also have seen a cat. Could be a cat using our stuff as kitty litter.
Yep, that's true too.
It also could be rabbits.
Meh.
It also could be deer. Probably not as likely. Also
Blue
could be
jays? Your wife
raccoons.
suggests blue jays.
Yes, there was a blue jay out there today, and they're very evil birds.
Do they
Especially
dig
the
holes, though?
Toronto kind.
Why would they dig holes? I thought
They're
built
looking for
nests.
worms.
Yeah, but they peck at the ground for
They're
that.
and seeds. We buried the seeds, and they're eating our seeds.
Perhaps I can interest you in a Hitchcock movie known as The Birds. You should watch that.
I've seen it. It's not that
invest
scary.
in antique seeds.
What's the deal with the birds? The movie.
It's scary.
No, it's not.
People are scared of birds.
Okay, whoop-de-doo. They fly down the chimney. Did I just ruin it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You've never seen it!
I've seen a lot of Hitchcock. I've never watched The Birds. It's true.
Well, I just ruined it for you. There's a lot of suspense, and then the birds fly down the chimney at the people. Big deal.
Do they die?
No.
Well, way to
I think they just
spoil it even more.
fly in their face. Actually, I never saw the ending.
How can you judge a movie and not having even seen
I
the
am
entire
an
thing?
expert at judging a movie by its cover. Anyway, tell us the details of this subreddit. Approximately 1,452
It's not huge.
subscribers, 8 currently live. The top ever
I already
post
showed it.
is
Beautiful black,
86
brown, and white.
upvotes.
They use basically the standard Reddit theme, and they do have a shmoo icon with a squirrel tail. That's their
That's
only
pretty
little-
good.
Yeah, I always like these subtle shmoo updates for the setup for their subreddits.
So maybe we should. They're saying in the chat room. My wife is saying that geese are terrifying, and that they should make a scary movie about geese.
Me.
It is true that geese are more attacking than birds in general.
Hunters would just shoot them, though. Speaking of which, how are you going to take care of this squirrel problem of yours?
Well, there are many options you can employ.
Which one involves of them with you shooting them with an air rifle?
Well,
Because I want to see that.
So my question is that legal? Do I need a hunter's license for that
I have no idea.
to shoot squirrels in Missouri?
I'm just saying that
Do I need a gun
might know
license?
somebody that does it.
I mean, I would be willing to do
On
that.
the
The
sly.
problem is that there's so many squirrels. I think they would just keep coming,
Probably.
and I would end up with a backyard full of squirrels. Are we still alive?
So be it. Yeah, it's just the IRC chat room computer goes to sleep, it seems.
No, I'm just making sure the thunder or lightning isn't taking us
was
out.
that thunder? Hey, the storm's moving in, folks.
So you can shoot them. You can
Trap them, poison them.
trap them. Poisoning is not discussed ever, but how would you poison them? I was discussing just
There's like
Can't
squirrel
you-
poison. I'm sure there is. You just lace food with it.
It's not legal
Why would that not be legal?
because they'll take your poison and then die in someone's like
So
attic.
be it.
Uh,
Your wife brings up cayenne pepper.
cayenne pepper sometimes works, but some people say online that their squirrels like the cayenne pepper.
That's awesome.
We're going, and you can also feed them elsewhere, like in your front yard, to try and attract them away.
Meh, that's not going to work. That's just going to draw more, I think.
No, we're gonna try it.
Yeah. Here's what you do. You lure them to the front yard.
And then shoot them all.
Then you shoot them. Problem solved.
And then there's also the one thing that I think will work very well is that in case you have cats, we're afraid that the cats are digging in the stuff, and apparently if you put chicken wire on the top layer of your dirt
Yeah.
before
That
it
makes
grows
sense.
through, the cats don't like to stand on it or dig in it.
Yep.
And then the plants just grow through the chicken wire. So we're going to try that, and hopefully that works to keep the cats
Yeah,
away.
hopefully it's a cat, and for that, your solution
And then we're going
is
to put
obvious
chicken
as
wire
well.
on the outside for rabbits, but that doesn't solve the 2 chicken wire solutions. Don't solve the squirrel issue because squirrels can just climb over it. Although the chicken wire on the ground could help with the squirrels as well, I guess. They're pesky little varmints.
Kick a squirrel in the nuts.
Anyway, we have a few more tech stories before I try to get out of here before the tornado hits us.
There's no tornado. Okay, so there's this big conference going on, Gavin. Have you heard of it?
Is that the Squirrel Conference?
Yes, Squirrel Conference, also known as the National Association of Broadcasters Conference, NAB, to those who have heard about
Is
it.
this the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
It's
story?
the Red Dragon.
What's the Red Dragon? Is this the red camera?
The Red camera, this is their latest, basically, sensor, 6K sensor. And see, now, like the first picture I saw of this, it was on a quadricopter. Actually, it was more than a quadricopter. I think it had like 6 things to
The
it.
quadricopters.
Yeah,
we
but it made
discussed
it
last
look like
week?
this thing flew. Like, imagine a red camera flying. That would be amazing.
Well, first of all, I would be too scared of it
Yeah.
crashing. But that is quite amazing.
You got
It's almost like a boom. What's it called? A boom cam,
jib
cam
arm cam
that can go
or
anywhere,
crane cam.
right? Because it's
Yeah.
probably pretty smooth. Have they done this before? Like put cameras on like
Quadricopters and stuff. Yeah, there's tons of footage like that. I've seen the Red one.
no, but like that has been used for like theatrical movies. Do they use that, or do they still use traditional cranes?
Well, how about Hitchcock? He did a famous plane scene in. Oh, is it Vertigo or it's a Jimmy Stewart one? The one where he's being chased by a plane. They did a bunch of aerial shots through like that. So, like, Hitchcock was doing it back in the day. They were thinking of all kinds of ways to put
Do they
cameras
have
on stupid things.
This was a helicopter or a airplane?
Airplane, like a crop duster.
Well, how do you get a good shot then?
You shoot wider frame than you're actually going to use, and to stabilize it, you shrink down to a smaller frame and then balance that out.
Interesting.
And there is also at NAB they've got a very high tech gyroscope. It's not a jib, it's a steady cam, but it's on a gyroscope, so it's not really a steady cam anymore. And I saw a guy just like rollerblading behind this car and getting an absolutely smooth shot.
That's cool.
Rollerblading, you're jumping back and forth. I mean, they could just go like this, and this thing was staying perfectly straight. It was awesome.
Huh, that's cool.
But one of the cameras that is also making a splash, made by Black Magic, which we have got a bunch of their gear down here already.
Sponsors.
I wish. I don't remember the name of it now, but basically this camera is not much bigger than an iPhone, the actual base of it, but then like all your fancy lenses and stuff can connect to this thing, and it's shooting. I think this one just shoots high definition with the possibility to go up to like 2K and stuff, is what they're saying. But I mean, something this small that's doing video better than like my fancy camera over there, and still has the capability to connect all these really nice
It's
lenses.
embarrassing.
You're telling me.
Yeah, someday
And
all
plus it's
these
a hard
big
drive recorder.
fancy cameras that you paid,
Not nearly as what they were worth.
well, not nearly what they're worth, but more than they are now, will be, you'll be able to get, just like any technology, it'll be smaller and lighter for cheaper.
Absolutely. Logitech's coming out with a webcam that's being able to do better video than these things.
Really?
Now, so,
Interesting.
I could be upset about it, or I could just continue on with what I have. And
So, do you have, speaking of paying for stuff, are you paying for those cameras with Bitcoin?
I'm not. I don't own any Bitcoin, but I really wish I had some right now.
Why?
Don't you?
Because the price is skyrocketing?
Yeah. Imagine if you had gotten a Bitcoin last year and then could sell it right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that now.
I tweeted out an image over the Tech Talk Tonight earlier today. Did you see that image? It was actually the image that Adam Curry sent out as well. But it basically shows how most inflations in the market work. And right now they're kind of at the point where it's starting to drop. And you'll probably see one more bump, but then it's going to drop all the way back down to $1 of Bitcoin or something like that. So
Well,
everybody in the media is getting really excited and stuff like Bitcoin. It's going to be huge now or whatever. And this is what's feeding this big frenzy of the Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's going to crash at some point. There's no question about it. But it's just when. And can you cash out before then? And this is the big question that lots of people talk about. The markets for Bitcoin is not very liquid. You can't just cash out a ton of Bitcoin at one time and get a huge ass check for 50 grand or something, right? Like you only do a few coins at a time. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Well, you can only find places to sell you a few coins at a time. I mean, they're trying to be proactive about this big fall that's going to happen anyway. And
really, so that's interesting. So the exchanges are taking it upon themselves to do some sort of regulation of the Bitcoin. Is that what you're telling me?
That's the way that I'm seeing it. Like, why would you want to cash in right now when you think that it's all going to fall? Like, these are just business people trying to make a buck as well.
Well, I think you would try and, yeah, you would want to cash out. So I don't know why like MT Gox or the exchanges would limit that. If you have buyers, you have sellers, just connect that.
Yes.
Are you?
I'm motioning to things across the room.
Anyway, Bitcoin, yeah, I have none. I think in general, people out there don't really understand Bitcoin. Your average people, even myself, who I've never bought Bitcoin, I understand.
Well, what about mining it? Have you tried mining it at all?
No, it's too tough.
Could you try? I mean, like, do we have enough computing power sitting around between the two of us to try to?
I don't know. Maybe we should mine some Bitcoin. There's only a few more left, right?
Well, they're just getting they will potentially.
There's like 40 million out
harder.
there, and there's only like 1 more million to be found, or 500,000.
But still, that's a million times 100 or 140 of what
but
it was worth.
But yeah, they keep getting harder, right? The easy ones have been found.
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't think it's reasonable for us to find any Bitcoin now.
You could get lucky. Just like panhandling, you struck gold. It's very much like gold, the way that they set up this whole mining effort and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's something shady about it.
It's definitely shady.
Any currency that isn't very liquid, in that you can't convert it to another currency very easily, is just intrinsically shady to me.
Everybody's trying to get out of, or not everybody's trying to get out of it. The people that are kind of studying this and realizing that this is going to fail are trying to get out of it.
Yeah, but there's lots of people trying to get in.
True.
There's lots of
lot
idiots out there seeing like all these news stories about Bitcoin, like, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin.
Exactly. And that's what I'm thinking might actually lead to the rise of more people accepting it. Like, it's in the media now. Like, WordPress was one of the big ones that I thought the sirens just went off, and actually I think they are.
Oh, they're definitely going off. Don't worry. That's probably why your
wife is in the basement. Oh, gotcha. Hi, honey. Okay, so WordPress was.
We're quick.
Yeah, WordPress was one of the first like online realtors to start accepting Bitcoin.
That's who it was. I was trying to tell one of my coworkers the other day that there's one slightly legitimate place that was taking Bitcoin. Yeah, and it was WordPress.com.
Yep.
You can host your blog. You can pay your blog fees in Bitcoin. Can you still do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Rob would like to tell you hello also, Andrea. Would you like to join the show? You can step up. Robo Trembiak. Or just Rob O. I don't know. It could be anybody using Rob O in the IRC, technically.
Robo. You should buy some Bitcoin just for keepsake.
Just for keepsake. Let's spend $140 just so I have
No, you can buy part of it Bitcoin, can't you?
I think so.
So you could like buy $50 worth of Bitcoin, Andrea?
I could spend $50 on something a lot more lucrative.
Like a new power supply for me.
Or some a gigabit switch. We need one of those. What other tech stories do we have left over, Gavin? Anything else fancy?
Facebook is popular with teens, but social media is dwindling.
Social media fatigue.
Yeah, Facebook is just a waste of time nowadays.
Well, I think that's how everybody's starting to feel.
Do you think, or is that just because? Get out, dog. Do you think that's why? It's only because we're out of college and it's not as interesting. Because our lives are more boring, basically.
Our lives are more boring, so therefore we don't go on social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, are the college kids still using it as much as they did like 3 years ago?
I don't think so. I think
Really?
everybody has dwindled.
That would be interesting to see, and no one really knows that except for Facebook. But they're building the Facebook phone. I don't think did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week. I was interested. YouTube is actually one of the social media networks on the rise, they're saying. Now, YouTube's been around for a long time, but I think is it just finally starting to come into its own? That
I do think
accepting
YouTube
video?
is going to become more and more of a social network because they are pushing it a little bit with their Google Plus integration, but also like just from my personal experience, I find myself going there more and more for content, right? Like,
yeah, I recently just got more and more into it.
Yeah, you just click my subscriptions and then you've got some stuff you can watch. It's
right.
better than TV in many aspects.
I agree.
Less commercials, honestly. For an hour-long, YouTube video, you'll probably only get a 30-second commercial at the beginning.
And some you can skip just after like 5 seconds or whatever. I always like that. That's nice.
But the thing is finding content. I think they need to work on helping people discover content. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And some, one of my friends at work really, he loves YouTube, and he's always telling me about these channels. I'm like,
Never heard of it.
I didn't know that existed, and I'm fairly technical, but
it's the segregated experience that is the internet. Like, there's so many different YouTube channels. There's a lot of people out there doing quality content, like tech podcasts that are complete
Tech Talk
video
Tonight
on really fancy videos.
YouTube.com/AidenTalon. Such a great YouTube URL. How's that
Nice.
beta going, by the way? I saw you missed on Saturday, or no, Sunday.
I missed on Sunday, but then I posted 2 yesterday. Or 2 on Monday. 2 on Monday.
I've watched every single one. I think yours are getting better.
Thank you.
I think your shorter ones are better.
To keep it short.
Yeah.
I think so, too. Because I try to watch some of the other ones, and people just start to drone on, and I can't do it. I have to...
Yeah, it works. I mean, everybody always says the YouTube crowd is a very short attention span, and I think in general that is. I think medium level content is hard to get popular on YouTube, like 10 minutes to like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're either going to get someone who wants to watch something quick, 1 to 2 minutes, or you're going to get someone who knows there's a show they want to watch and is ready to sit down for an hour.
It's true. And and you have to be like almost in the TV watching mood to sit down and watch something for an hour on YouTube. Like, I think our show suffers from being too long for a YouTube crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's one of the things like I want to get into deep with like talking on betas and stuff is the differentiation between podcasts and YouTubing. Because there is this big divide, and we're trying to be both, but we're not succeeding at either.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because lots of big podcasts like Twit that we watch and who else? What other big podcasts go on YouTube? But they're basically doing both. Their bread and butter is a podcast, but they're also publishing their video content by themselves and on YouTube. And does that work?
I don't think they get near as much views as something that goes viral and stuff.
Well, they don't get as many views on YouTube, but also it's like they start, because they're in front of a camera, they start thinking in visual terms.
Right.
Like I heard the other day on a podcast, which one was it? It was on like Tech News Today or something, that they were like, if you're listening to audio, just go watch the video right now because this is really good. But the irony of that is that most of their listeners, most of their viewers/listeners are indeed listeners, and they're not going to watch the video.
And I think it's a lot easier to consume something that's like a half-hour format in audio version only, because you've got commutes, you got just people walking around with their iPod and headphones in. I do that a bunch. I know a bunch of people that do it on campus where I am, and that's a way to consume media easily through just audio and still be able to go about your day-to-day. It's the having to sit down and watch a 30-minute YouTube video that's tough. It's something that's competing with the television watching experience, which it's trying to be, but then...
TV is crap. That's going down the tubes.
It's starting to be replaced by the YouTube and stuff. Anyway, that's fairly deep into the subject and stuff. We should probably just leave it there. And we're running long anyway. So, Gavin, where can they go and find you on the web? What you been working on? Anything new?
I've been working on
over on gavinr.com. We got any posts up lately?
gavinr.com. Nope, just the same old. Something about Trello. I think I mentioned that last week. But check me out on Twitter/GavinR. Where can they find you?
They could find me over at BradenH.com, but GoDaddy sucks, people. At least their server hosting just does not want to agree with whatever.
So your website just went down randomly?
It's just, well, I tried to fix their
Do
whole...
you send their server, service?
Do I send their service? Have I tried contacting their
Yeah,
service support?
that's what I meant to say.
Yes, and that's when I got switched to a different server,
Yeah.
which I wanted to be switched to a Linux server while they were at it, and that didn't happen. And now my website just doesn't come up, even after I redid the whole WordPress setup on it, just because I thought it was my fault. And I had it working, and then I come back a couple hours later, and I got nothing.
Yeah, so you're going to try and self-host.
I'm going to go back to self-hosting.
But when you were self-hosting, it was always down.
It wasn't always down.
Or your IP changed. You need to set up, or is this related to your router thing?
It's part of it.
The dynamic DNS thing.
Right.
Because the idea with dynamic DNS is that you can set that up so it's always pointing to your IP.
Right.
Which you didn't have before.
Exactly.
So that could be cool if you get that set up correctly.
Yeah, I think my current setup with the Untangled router, which I didn't talk about that. That was the studio update of the week. I switched over to Untangled, which is basically it's a PC, but it's acting as my router. So no more little plastic Linksys router for me. Actually, I had Netgear, which I've had that Netgear probably all the way back to the point that I was self-hosting. I've had it for I want to say close to 8 years.
And that's why it doesn't work anymore.
That's probably.
So, wait, so how are you getting Wi-Fi in here then?
That is the only thing doing, or that's the only thing that it's doing now is providing a wireless connection. It's basically just an access point now.
Very nice.
So with that, I think we should say good night, everybody. How
can people find the show?
They can go over to techtalktonight.com where they're currently watching, or on YouTube. YouTube.com/techtalktonight, I believe, will also get you there. I think I have that one. The stream might be frozen. If it is, chat room, I'm sorry.
I don't think it is.
Okay. Just on my computers then. That's about it.
Sounds good.
Check us out on Twitter, at TechTalkTonight on Twitter, and myself, you can find me on Twitters, at TheRealBradenH. And with that, I think you should say goodnight, Gavin.
See you later, everybody. Tonight is brought to you in front of a live birthday audience.